Welcome back for another edition of Joe's Finance Fundamentals. Today I'm going to talk about net worth, what it is, how to calculate it, and why I think it's important. Along the way, I'm going to mention several important concepts, such as compounding, dollar cost averaging, and the rule of 72. But first, on my last video talking about my guiding principles, I forgot to talk about the last bullet point under Principle 3. Don't try to time the stock market. No matter how smart and knowledgeable you think you are, nobody knows what the stock market will do in the future. Future meaning next day, next week, month, year. The market can and does significantly fluctuate year by year, but over longer periods of time, say 10 plus years, the market has grown and proven to be an excellent investment. I'm not really talking about individual stocks per se, but the entire stock market. Buy low and sell high. I'm sure you've heard that mantra before, and it's easier said than done. In fact, studies have shown that even companies who buy back their own stock buy when prices are high, not low. So they don't even do a very good job of it. Regular automatic, like monthly investing, that's called dollar cost averaging. So these are routine investments you set up that come out of your bank account or your money market fund every month. Helps to buy more when prices are lower. So when the market is lower, you'll buy more shares. So you just set it and forget it. By the way, when deciding where to put your money, high cost does not necessarily mean better returns. And I'll talk more about that on future videos. So that cleans up the video from last time. Now, going forward now, talking about net worth, before we talk about that, two important concepts of wealth building. Number one is compounding. The more you have, the more you make. Here's an example. If you start with $10,000 and you grow that by 10% a year, after the first year, you'll have a gain, as you can see here, of $1,000. 10,000 times 10%. After year two, so now you're at 11,000. Starting year two, at the end of year two, you'll have 12,100. So your gain is 1,100. And you can see the table here showing the first 7 years of that. So by year 7, you'll be gaining $1,700 a year versus your initial gain of year 1 of 1,000. That's the power of compounding. That leads to the second thing I wanted to talk to you about before we get into net worth, the rule of 72. It's an easy way to determine how long it will take to double your money. So you just take 72 divided by the rate of return, which in this example is 10%, which says then that you'll double your money in 7.2 years. You can see that borne out in the table below. We started with 10. After 7 years, we're just about doubling the money. If the growth rate below is 5%, it would take you almost 15 years to double your money. So when people talk about the rule of 72, that's what they're talking about. All right, so let's get into net worth here, and I'll switch over to a spreadsheet. So bear with me for 1 second. Net worth is really important because it captures all of your assets and liabilities. And in this example, I'm using assets such as your 401k. Hopefully you have one at work and you're maxing that out and taking advantage of the company match. Any traditional IRAs, which is really what a 401k is. It's before tax. Roth IRAs, which are after-tax investment retirement accounts. Taxable accounts like your money market fund. Maybe you have college savings plans, which are called 529 plans. Your checking and savings accounts in the bank, and if you own a home, the value of your home right now. I don't include things like cars or maybe other assets you have because I'm just trying to capture the big categories here. Liabilities would be anything you owe to people: debt, mortgage debt, car loans, student loans. In this example here, I picked 2023, A meaning actual, for a baseline year. And I just filled in some numbers here, as you can see. And it came out to be a total net worth of $38,000. So total assets, 298, total liabilities of 260. So that just gives you an idea of where you are right now, the baseline. Now, let's just say you can plug in some numbers here, and obviously your own situation is different. I just plugged in, and you can see at the formula below here, if I contribute $2,000 to the 401k, plus I'm adding in 5% growth, what that would equal. And I kind of go through that same logic for each account here. So you end the first year with 312. Same thing, I'm paying down my debt every month, and anything you pay off the principal of these loans, not the interest, but the principal, increases your net worth, reduces how much you owe. So in this example, the home value went up to 257. I have a 3% growth there on the home value, and my debt went down because I'm paying the mortgage every month, as did the car loan and student loans. So you can see in this example, 312 for total assets after the first year, 253, our net worth went from 38 to almost 60. That's a change of 57%. That's pretty good. Now, final example is I'm going out 5 years, and the F just means forecast. And I just kind of plugged in numbers, the same types of formulas here. But look at the difference in the total net worth. Again, baseline of 38. After year 1, you're at 60, 83, 108, 134, 162. After 5 years, you have basically almost quadrupled your money here, or actually you have. And it's disciplined, systematic type investing. And I will dive into most of these categories here in future videos. So I want to thank you for listening, and hopefully stay tuned for the next video. Take care.